Hey, well, this is Zacchaeus. Whether not a lie, word of the day. God bless. God bless for tuning in. God bless. And if you're tuning in for the first time, I thank you. Well, today I'm talking about King Herod. King Herod lived in BCE. He lived in BCE, and he was a king of the one of the king of the Roman empires, but ruled over Judah. And as he ruled over Judah, he ruled over Bethlehem. And as he ruled over Bethlehem, kids, babies were a lot of babies. Every year, babies are being born, but there was something wicked about King Herod. King Herod was chauvinistic. King Herod was arrogant. King Herod was a person that just glorified himself and worshipped himself. King Herod was arrogant person. And when he ruled over his people, he ruled with a very mean spirit. Very arrogant, very mean, very, the word I'm going to look for is, he was just a person that was arrogant and a person that was just self-absorbed. Like he was like what's the word I'm trying to find? Like a person that's always looked to be worshipped. And as a person that's always looked to be worshipped, he didn't want no other rule before him or after him. And he caught wind that a baby, a special type of baby, was being born. And as this baby was being born, he was a special baby, a king, to rule over Israel, king of the Jews. And when King Herod caught wind of this, he was furious. He grabbed his men by the collar, grabbed them by the neck, one of his close counselors, and he grabbed him by the neck and said, I want you to find this baby Jesus. Because he ordered his soldiers to go out and kill every male child under the age of 2 years old. Every male child. And he did that. He ordered his soldiers to go into every home in Judah, every home in Bethlehem, and kill every male child under the age of 2. And you could imagine how much chaos that could have been for some parents. He was wicked. He was evil. He was arrogant. And he did that. He went out as an evil man and he ordered that to be done. And as he ordered that to be done, he was looking for one particular baby that Mary and Joseph had, baby Jesus, that was being born in the manger in Bethlehem. And Jesus was born already. So Jesus' parents, Mary and Joseph, grabbed the baby, swallowed Jesus, and ran out of town. Because King Herod was on a rampage to kill and he did kill a lot of male children. Evil, wicked, arrogant. And he killed a lot of male children. A lot of male children he killed. And as he killed a lot of male children, he could not find Jesus. And because he couldn't find Jesus, he was even more mean to his counselors. He actually stabbed one and killed one because they brought him back the bad news that Jesus wasn't found. Because one of the counselors came to him and said that this is a prediction. One of the prophets of his council came to him and said one of the babies is going to be a king. A king. And he got more furious because he couldn't find baby Jesus to kill. But he had ordered every male child under the age of 2 to be killed. And he could not find baby Jesus. Could not find baby Jesus at all. And he couldn't find him. Looking all over the place. King Herod was evil. He was wicked, arrogance, pompous, chauvinistic. All the words you can think of that describe a wicked, arrogant, self-absorbed man. Wicked man. And he was wicked. He looked all over the town, couldn't find Jesus. But you know what? As he couldn't find Jesus, years and years later, King Herod got sick. And he got sick, and Jesus was getting older. And King Herod got a little sick. Jesus was still young child, but King Herod got sick. And as he got sick, he got gangrene, genital fungus, some worms got into his system. Fungus or worms, gangrene. And in those days, they had no cure for gangrene. They couldn't do anything. And at a young age, King Herod died. The message of the story is when God chosen you, there's nothing the world can do to stop God's mission. None in the world can do to stop the purpose of the Lord being carried out. When God has his hands on you, is nothing and the purpose in your life and his purpose being fulfilled, nothing is going to come in the way. Nothing is going to come in the way of God's mission being unfulfilled. His mission will be fulfilled. So it doesn't matter if so much is coming in your way, you have turbulence coming in your way, and troubles are coming your way. God's words will not go back void, and his purpose will be done, his mission will be done, and what God says in his word will be done, it will be done. So don't fret, don't worry, don't pout. God's words will be carried out in your life. If the only time God's purpose is not going to be carried out in life is that it's not God's purpose in your life. But when God has his hands on you and he has a mission for you and you're meant to be here and you're meant to fulfill the purpose, it doesn't matter what you do, God's purpose will be fulfilled. No matter what happens and no matter what you do. No matter what comes your way, doesn't matter what comes your way, they gotta have people that will come your way to try to stop. The devil will try to come in like a flood and try to stop your flow. But if God says it's going to be done, it will be done. If God has his hands on you to fulfill his purpose in your life, it will be done. There's many people that God has his hands on, and God is fulfilling, and there's people that want to stop your flow. There's people that come and put a monkey wrench in the purpose that you have in your life. Let's say for example now, you're creating videos and you're preaching the gospel. There's people that will interrupt that. Whatever interruption, and let's say if your mission your purpose is to go in the mission field, and your mission is to go to this country, God will make a way. He'll give you he'll bless you with the finances. He'll bless you with the resources to go out and fulfill that mission. And let's say, for example, somebody's depressed. Somebody's feeling down and they're depressed. God will make a way where you can meet that person. Maybe that person needs to hear a message from the Lord. And you meet that person on the street that was depressed, that was ready to take their life. But God had you meet that purpose in that moment of that time of depression, that thought of them taking their life. God had you meet them in that purpose, and in that moment, to help them, and that they needed a message from the Lord, and He used you to fulfill that message to them, and to tell them that don't give up. I have a mission for you to fulfill. I have a purpose for you to do. Do not take your life. I'm not done with you yet. And that saved that person's life. Those words that was that God has given you to speak to that person. So when God has a purpose in your life, not even King Herod could have stopped Jesus' purpose for being fulfilled. Many babies under the age of 2 were murdered during that time when King Herod was in reign. Because he was an evil, wicked man. Why would you want to harm and kill children, no matter what you hear? He was evil and he was wicked. And that's how this world is. It's evil and it's wicked. Evil and it's wicked. King Herod had these children killed, but did not touch not even come close or touch the hair of Jesus when Jesus was a baby. Angel came to him and said, you have to flee. And Joseph and Mary took the baby, Jesus, and they fled town. And Jesus was protected because Jesus' mission was to be fulfilled, and his purpose was to die and give us hope. What the live word of the day was Galatians chapter 1 verses 15. But when God set me apart before I was born, and who called me by his grace. He set you apart when you was born, and God called you by his grace. Well, this is Zacchaeus. What another live word of the day. God bless and be safe, and thank you for tuning in. God bless.